Good evening. Welcome to the 286th Monday Night Hootenanny. It's beginning to feel like home here, isn't it? We have a sign-up sheet, and we still have a couple of slots available, so if you snuck in a guitar or banjo or something like that and want to entertain tonight, please see me or Bill Briggs and we'll get you signed up. We've been doing this for a little over 5.5 years now, and we've had some wonderful performers who've come here. A great many of them from out of town. Last week we had Ramblin' Jack Elliott here. That was a special thing for us all. We always ask a couple of things at all the Hootenannies, and the first is, please, no smoking in here for the rest of the evening. And the other thing is that we hope that everyone will join us in what has become a tradition over the years of not talking while the performers are on the stage, since this is acoustic folk music. And a nice warm round of applause is always appreciated, but we would like people not yelling from table to table while the performers are up here. Another one of our traditions is Bill Briggs always starts the evening out. And Bill was at that very first Hootenanny up at Dornan's, February of 1993. First person to sing on the stage, and he likes that position. He likes to start the evenings out. So we'll get right into it. Here's Bill Briggs.
I'm going to talk a little bit. I just finished reading Glenn Exum's book. It is good. It's good reading. Of course, I was joined in part of that, but some of the photographs in here are really pretty interesting. Can you see that? It's a remarkable shot. Anyway, the guy who photographed this on the north face of the Grand is sitting right over there. Okay? It's Howie Friedman. Howie's an old friend. We did a bit of climbing together. We actually did a Canadian Club whiskey ad years ago, and we had somebody fall out of a chimney, narrow crack, and land in the glacier and wind up in the crevasse, and I go to rescue him and pull him out, and it was all very dramatic. And I'm not sure it sold any whiskey or not, but we had a good time doing it.
What did they pay you?
I don't know, what did you pay me?
Dollars or whiskey?
No, there was no whiskey. You had to do that checkered table thing, where he's sitting around afterwards drinking down, Howie served up tea.
We weren't being cheap. It's just the tea photographs better than whiskey.
So I never did get the whiskey. So I'm going to wind up doing climbing songs here. And this one's from California. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to hit the sack. I rappelled off an overhang an hour ago and now I can't get back. My rope won't reach that tree. I'm dangling here so free. I'll always remember remember my famous words, that can never happen to me. And this is also from the same, this is the Stanford Alpine Club. They were quite a good crew. It was fun to have been around in the golden age of mountaineering in America. And you come across these guys out there, and they were putting up new routes in the Sierras and Yosemite, and join in with them. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, here's another song. Once a jolly climber camped below a mountaintop under the shade of an old pine tree, and he sang as he sat and waited till his Primus burned. You come a-climbing, Matilda, with me. You come a-climbing, you come a-climbing, you come a-climbing, Matilda, with me. And he sang as he sat and waited till his Primus burned. You come a-climbing, Matilda, with me. Down came a boulder, bouncing off the mountaintop. Up jumped the climber and laughed with glee. You're a jolly boulder, bouncing through my camping spot. You come a-climbing, Matilda, with me. Climbing Matilda, climbing Matilda. You come a-climbing, Matilda, with me. Now you're a jolly boulder, bouncing through my camping spot. You come a-climbing, Matilda, with me. Up jumped the ranger, mounted on his thoroughbred. Up come the rescuers, 1, 2, 3, and they laughed as they stuffed that climber in their duffel bag. You come a-climbing, Matilda, with me. Climbing Matilda, climbing Matilda. You come a-climbing, Matilda, with me. And they laughed as they stuffed that climber in their duffel bag. You come a-climbing, Matilda, with me. And this one is Swiss. From Lucerne to Vegas Fair, no shoes or stockings do we wear. Vegas leads to the mountain high. We all shout high society.
Bill Briggs. Bill, by the way, is the director of the ski school right here at Snow King Mountain. And they stay pretty busy in the wintertime. Next, we have a person who used to live here in Jackson Hole, got married and moved away, been living out in California mostly the last couple of years. Now they're moving back. It's wonderful to have them back. This is Adrian Ward.
Something about knees? All right. Well, we bought this house, and we've unpacked most of the boxes, but then, of course, that's only the boxes of mostly my stuff. Peter's stuff is and some of my stuff is still in California, so I can hardly wait till till the next round of boxes comes. This is a song, Insulting Lawyers. It will have a chorus every 2 stanzas. Otherwise, I get tired of it. But this is the chorus. He's a very unfortunate, very unfortunate, very unfortunate man. He's a very unfortunate, very unfortunate, very unfortunate man. Hard words, that chorus. There once was a lawyer they call Mr. Clay, who had a few clients but they wouldn't pay. At last of starvation he grew so afraid that he courted and married a wealthy old maid. That night at the wedding he made one mistake. It was not innovating the wine or the cake. The ring was well chosen, they had a big feed, but the lawyer did not get a warranty deed. He's a very unfortunate, very unfortunate, very unfortunate man. He's a very unfortunate, very unfortunate, very unfortunate man. Very good. That night, yes, that's right. That night in their chamber the lady arose and began to prepare to retire and repose. Her husband sat near her, admiring her charms that gave him such pleasure to hold in his arms. Well, she went to the washstand to bathe her fair face, thereby destroyed all her beauty and grace. The rose on her cheek quickly grew very faint, and he saw on the towel 'twas nothing but paint. He's a very unfortunate, very unfortunate, very unfortunate man. He's a very unfortunate, very unfortunate, very unfortunate man. She went to the mirror to let down her hair. When she had done so, her scalp was all bare. Said she to her husband, "Now don't be afraid, I'll put on my cap when I get into bed." Her husband stood staring with quivering lips as she was removing her counterfeit hips. Just then her glass eye clattered down on the floor, and the poor lawyer screamed and ran out of the door. He's a very unfortunate, very unfortunate, very unfortunate man. He's a very unfortunate, very unfortunate, very unfortunate man. So all you young men who would marry for life, be sure to examine your intended wife. Remember the lawyer who trusted his eyes, and a little bit later got quite a surprise. He's a very unfortunate, very unfortunate, very unfortunate man. He's of a little ditty that we used to sing around climbers camp. And I can't remember all the verses. It also has a chorus. You'll recognize it. It's mostly about food and drink. Whoops. Peter, what's the first line? Okay. Well, we'll sing the chorus. Away, away with rum by gum, with rum by gum, with rum by gum. Away, away with rum by gum. That's the song of the Salvation Army. We never eat fruitcake because it has rum, and the least little bite turns a man to a bum. Can you imagine a sorrier sight than a man eating fruitcake until he gets tight? Away, away with rum by gum, with away with rum by gum. Away, away with rum by gum. That's the song of the Salvation Army. And we never eat cookies because they have yeast, and the least little bite turns a man to a beast. Can you imagine a sorry, greater disgrace than a man in the gutter with crumbs on his face? Away, away with rum by gum. Away, away with rum by gum. Away, away with rum by gum. That's the song of the Salvation Army. And then more verses were written. We never eat chocolate because it has nuts, and the least little bite turns a girl to a slut. Can you imagine a sorrier mess than a girl eating chocolate and trying to undress? Away, away with rum by gum. Away, away with rum by gum. Away, away with rum by gum. It's the song of the Salvation Army. And then I found some more. We never sing folk songs, they're evil and crude. They celebrate sin and the language is lewd. Oh, the language is shocking, the politics vile, and the grammar and rhetoric just ain't got no style. Away, away with rum by gum. Away, away with rum by gum. Away, away with rum by gum. That's the song of the Salvation Army. Last one. There's lots more though. When you meet a folk singer, you haven't much choice but to sit there and listen while they prove they've no voice. And the shockingest thing to imagine by far is a girl with a G-string upon her guitar. Away, away with rum by gum. Away, away with rum by gum. Away, away with rum by gum. It's the song of the Salvation Army.
Adrian Ward, back with us again. Yeah, get a little humor going here, you know. All right, now we've got a fellow that loves these cowboy and western songs, and he does a good job of presenting them to us. This is Greg Keckler.
Such a kind introduction. But I am not going to do anything Western. I'm going to do something classical. Classic country. Early country, very early country. This goes back to Carter family. I forget right now off the top of my head. I could have looked it up, but I forget when they actually recorded this. This is called Jimmy Brown the Newsboy. Not the way Mother Maybelle Carter played it on the guitar. This is going to be our version. Jimmy Brown the Newsboy. Sir, my name is Jimmy Brown. Everybody knows that I'm the newsboy of the town. Tell me by the clothes I wear, I'm the street, walk about. That's not how they sang it either. It sounded so good upstairs when I played it. Sell the morning paper, sir, my name is Jimmy Brown. Everybody knows that I'm the newsboy of the town. Tell me by the clothes I wear, walking on the street. Walk about from place to place, my daily bread to win. No, never mind, sir, how I look, don't look at me and frown. Sell the morning papers, my name is Jimmy Brown. I'm awfully cold and hungry, sir, my clothes are mighty thin. Walk about from place to place, my daily bread to win. Say, I am helping Mama the journey on her way. Now Mama always tells me, sir, ain't nothing in the world to lose. Find a job in heaven selling the gospel news. Sir, my name is Jimmy Brown. Everybody knows that I'm the newsboy of this town. You can hear me cry, morning star running on the street. Got no hat upon my head, no shoes upon my feet. Jimmy Brown, thank you. I had a friend of mine tell me once, don't ever play something just 5 minutes before you go on, because you use up those brain cells, he said, and I'm beginning to believe every word he had to say. I should have taken his advice. Last week was here at the Hootenanny was very special for me. The last of my big heroes was here, Ramblin' Jack Elliott. I've been a fan of his for 30 years or so, ever since I first started playing guitar. It was a lot of fun to have him here. Our paths have crossed half a dozen times or so in the past. While he was here, we took him out to the Rockin' Lazy K, our little place outside of town. He wanted to revisit his namesake, our little boy, our oldest son, Jack Elliott. We named after Jack. They've been together before. They've met each other, so it was a lot of fun to get them back together. While we were all sitting around the living room, Jack played this song for young Jack. We call him Young Jack and Old Jack. That's how they distinguish themselves. Jack played this song for him. I used to play it too. I haven't played it for a long time. It's an old Woody Guthrie song. If you'll allow me to play a little children's song. There aren't too many children here, but I hope there's a small child in each and every one of you that will enjoy this. Take me riding in the car, take me riding in the car, take you riding in the car, I want to go riding in the car. I front seat, front, back, click-clack when you're riding in my car. Engine it goes, engine it goes, turn my key, step on the starter. Don't make me laugh. Clouds in the sky go flying by, ships and the planes go sailing by, cops, the houses, the garbage cans. I'm gonna run you home again, I'm gonna run you home again, I'm gonna run you home again, riding in my car. Thank you very much. Woody-eyed, Guthrie-eyed. Thank you. Boy, they don't ride them like that anymore.
I'm not sure I want to ride with him, but it might be fun to watch. Greg Keckler. Hey, we've got a gal here that we haven't heard from for quite a while. This is her 8th time with us. Comes around once in a while. This is Marina Vanderbroek.
This song is called Desert Skies.
Why don't you introduce all those pretty faces up here?
We've got Jerome Young, Hank Phipps, and Doug Woody.
Now we can play, right?
Now we can go.
Well, I'm riding along, singing the same old cowboy song that's been sung 100 times before. Ain't got nothing but my name, and I'm the only one I know to blame. I'm living, I'm happy, and I'm free. Just listen to the wind blow, let blow, let blow. Sand over my trail. I got my saddle on the ground, and that old moon, he can still be found out near the desert sky. Like a prairie breeze, a big stout horse between my knees. Just being alone, just being me. And when I die with a dream in my mind, a smile on my face and no troubles behind, a cross on my grave to show my resting place. Just listen to the wind blow, let blow, let blow.
desert sky, hidden in the desert sky. This is a Hank Williams song, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. Did you hear the lonesome whippoorwill? He sounds too blue to fly. And I'm so lonesome I could cry. Did you never see a robin weep when leaves begin to die? That means he's lost the will to live. And I'm so lonesome I could cry. Did you hear that lonesome whippoorwill? He sounds too blue to fly. The midnight train is winding low, and I'm so lonesome I could cry. The silence of a fallen star lights up the purple sky. And as I'm wondering just where you are, I'm so lonesome I could cry. Oh, I'm so lonesome I could cry. Thank you.
Rena Vandenberg. Along with, this guy over here, Jerome Young, has come down here all the way from up at Moran. He has done that and joined us for 198 times. Wow. Wonderful, wonderful musician to have around. Now this next guy has been here 200 times. And he says we need to have a special award for somebody that has gotten here 200 times. So we're initiating the Order of the Capo. All right, this one. And so here is John Cook. Come up here and receive your award. You may have to double this over a few times, but that's the way to do it.
There. Wait a minute. This is tricky.
Sounds good.
Actually, my idea for the Order of the Capo was not that there would be a physical award. Well, we'll just do, how's that? But it entitled you to do certain things. Like, nothing very fancy. My idea was it entitled you to wear your capo on the outside of your pocket, like that, and to put the letters OC after your name. I explained to Dick and Bill that because they were the founders of the Hootenanny, they were automatically masters of the capo. This entitles them to put the letters MC after their names, which seemed to make a great deal of sense. And if you don't get that, you can leave the room. You don't go. I'm going to do a couple old songs. I think this is a song that, if not the first song I ever played at the Hootenanny, I think I did it the first evening I was ever at the Hootenanny. It's called The Country Blues. It was first recorded in the late 20s by Doc Boggs, one of the handful of old traditional performers who were still around in the 60s and got to come enjoy being goggled at by all the eager folk fans of the times. He was a great old-time banjo player. Played at the Club 47 in Cambridge, played at some Newport folk festivals. He didn't play it anything like this, but the melody and the words are kind of the same, and I play it in a way that's sort of like frailing the banjo. go down. And when I'm dead and buried, good people, my pale face turned to the sun, you can come and mourn, good woman, and think the way you've done. Come all you good, kind people, while I have money to spend. Tomorrow I might need money, and I wouldn't have a dollar for a friend. It was fun having Ramblin' Jack here, and I'm going to do a song I learned from him. I learned how to play it from him in the first verse. Then I found out there was a second verse. It's Jimmy Rogers' tune, and I went back to the old Jimmy Rogers recording and learned that because Jack didn't do the second verse. We did a gig many years ago when I was first in this bluegrass band. I played in the East Coast on Martha's Vineyard for a couple of weeks in the summer at a coffee house there, where Jack was the headliner, and we were all being put up by the coffee house establishment in some nice little Martha's Vineyard funky little house that people would now pay a couple of $1,000s a week for. And it was cozy, and we got to know Jack and his then wife Patty pretty well. That was wife number 2, I think. There's been 4 according to public record, and and according to Jack. You know. This song kind of addresses that problem. I had a gal, oh what a pal. Her name was Sadie Brown. I took her out just to ride about when the moon was shining down. We'd sit alone when we got home, down on the old porch swing, and then that little miss would steal a kiss, as softly to her I would sing. Sadie, my little lady, I love no one but you. Sadie, my little lady, won't you say you love me too? We'll be married in June, have a long honeymoon, and settle down for life. Sadie, my little lady, won't you come and be my wife? I had a gal, she was no pal. She left me one fine day. I didn't mind, 'cause I find most always do that way. So I went out just to look about, another gal to find. And in less than a day I found Sadie Mae. I hand her the same old line. Sadie, my little lady, I love no one but you. bound for life. Say, be my little lady, won't you come and be my wife? Won't you come and be my ball and chain? Thank you.
Well, there's an offer, you know. He's still single. All right, John Cook. Okay, we've got a fellow that, gee, played with us in the Stagecoach band for a number of years and does still occasionally come out and play bass, guitar. Has a number of songs. I have no idea which ones he's going to draw out for us tonight. This is Buddy Thompson.
Hello. I've got some moral support here, musical support also.
Oh. What are we going to do first?
Oh, good. Thank you.
Just pull it down.
There we go. But my voice is much louder than my guitar. Okay. This is an old outlaw ballad. I'll sing you the true song of Billy the Kid. I'll sing you the records of deeds that he did. Way out in New Mexico, long time ago, when a man's only friend was his own 44. When Billy the Kid was a very young lad, in old Silver City, he went to the bad. Way out west, with a knife in his hand, at the age of 12 years, Billy killed his first man. Fair Mexican maidens play guitars and sing songs about Billy, their boy bandit king. Before his young manhood had reached his sad end, he'd a notch on his pistol for 21 men. Billy the Kid, on the night that he died, he said to his friends, boys, I'm not satisfied. There's 21 men what I put bullets through, and Sheriff Pat Garrett's gonna make 22. Now this is how Billy the Kid met his fate. The big moon was shining and the hour it was late. Shot down by Pat Garrett, Silver City's best friend. That poor outlaw's life had reached a sad end. Oh boy, this is getting fun here. This is the one. That's right. Now here's one I learned from John Cook. I heard him play it so many times that pretty soon I knew it too. I hope. I'm a rolling stone, all alone and lost. For a life of sin, I done paid the cost. When I walk by, all the people see goes another guy on the lost highway. Just a deck of cards and a jug of wine, and a woman's lies make a life like mine. One negative day I went astray, started rambling down that lost highway. Oh, play that dobro. Oh, let's hear a little fiddle. Just a lad, no more than 22, neither good nor bad, just a kid like you. But now I'm lost, too late to pray. Lord, I paid the cost on the lost highway. Do it again, man. Don't you start your rambling around for a life of sin, you're sorrow bound. Take my advice or you will curse the day. Started rambling down that lost highway. Turn it around. Started rambling down that lost highway. Great. Thank you, folks.
Buddy Thompson. Let's tell a story about Buddy. We used to regularly play for this gathering up at Jackson Lake Lodge this time of year with the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Greenspan, and Buddy came up with a song especially for Mr. Greenspan. It was Cash on the Barrelhead. I'm not sure he appreciated it, but we got a laugh out of it anyway. All right, now we got my co-Hoot. He does a wonderful job of selling a song, and they're strange songs sometimes. This is Dick Barker.
Thank you. Charles B. Clark, C. Badger Clark, one of the early poets of Western type poetry, before it was a fashionable thing. A few weeks ago I sang High Chin Bob, and he had written that. This is another song that Charles B. Clark wrote, and it's Spanish type song of the Southwest. And he wrote this a long time ago, and some of the words maybe don't seem to be 100% politically correct right now, but it's a wonderful old song. Spanish is the loving tongue, soft as music, light as spray. 'Twas a girl I learned it from, living down Sonora way. I don't look much like a lover, yet I say her love words over. Often when I'm all alone, mi amor, mi corazón. When she knew when I'd ride, she would listen for my spurs. Throw that big door open wide, raise them laughing eyes of hers. And my heart would nigh stop beating when I'd hear her tender greeting, whispered soft for me alone. Mi amor, mi corazón. Moonlight on the patio, old Senora nodding near, me and Juana talking low, so the madre couldn't hear. When I'd loosed her arms from clinging, her words the hooves kept ringing. As I galloped north alone, adios, mi corazón. I only left out about a verse and a half there. Never seen her since that night. I can't cross the line, you know. She was Mex and I was white. Like as not, it's better so. Still I often sort of miss her, since that last wild night I kissed her. As we left her heart, lost my my own. Adios, mi corazón. All right, then, I'm not going to take any chances on this one. This is a song I also first heard from, I say his name almost every week, Singing Sam Agins. And this song, I believe, was written by Tom Russell. But this is a song that somehow Sam wanted me to wait a long time to get the words to this song. At a table in Juarez, a woman named Dolores sat drinking, with a tear in her eye. I'd like to pretend what she's thinking. She's dreaming of Wyoming and a cottage for two by the sea, and mandarin oranges and Mexican lemongrass tea. I married Dolores just 21 years ago Sunday. Dolores, she left me 21 years ago Monday. I can still hear the laughter at that last midnight feast by the sea, and mandarin oranges and Mexican lemongrass tea. I speak of her often. My friends ask what she means to me. I say mandarin oranges and Mexican lemongrass tea. Back here in Juarez, I work at my job waiting tables. I'd like to speak to her. Somehow I don't think I'm able. I'm afraid she would know me as I ask, what shall it be? She smiles, mandarin oranges and Mexican lemongrass tea. We'll return to Wyoming and a cottage for two by the sea, and mandarin oranges and Mexican lemongrass tea. Thank you.
Dick Barker. All right. We've got a fellow that has a shop in town, music shop, and he's in there playing music all day long. Drag him out here once in a while. This is his 6th time with us, and he's awfully good. This is Denny Ernest.
Let's see. I'm gonna do a song I wrote about 6 years ago, but I just found the words for it the other day and changed a few. And I used to go to Nashville all the time, try to sell songs, and this is one of those that fell through the cracks that I found it. Wrote a few extra words, and now I like it, so we'll see what happens. It's called I'll Always Be Daddy for You. Good country song. When I was young, my father hit the road, never to come back to see me anymore. As I grew up, I made myself a vow. When I've a son, I'll be a daddy for you. As a kid, life for me was at times a bit sad. At my baseball games, I'd look around at all the strangers in the stands. But now I've got a young boy and a promise for me to keep. Son, I'll always be a daddy for you. I'll always be daddy for you. That's a promise I'll keep for us two. If I'm not near, don't worry, I'll be home soon. I'll always be daddy for you. Well, I remember back when Mama would cuddle close to me whenever she'd get worried about our family. But those times are all behind me, as long as I'm wearing the family shoes. Son will always be a daddy for you. But sometimes my work, it might take me away, and from the city I'll call you each day. But just remember these words, and I'll make them true. Son, there'll always be a daddy for you. I'll always be daddy for you. Well, that's a promise I'll keep for us two. If I'm not near, don't worry, I'll be home soon. I'll always be daddy for you. If I'm not near, don't worry, I'll be home soon. I'll always be daddy. I'll always be around you. I'll always be daddy for you. So if you hear that on the radio someday, I'll probably have a new truck or something, you know. Here's another song I wrote that you will never hear on the radio. It's called, actually I wrote this about 10 years ago. It's called the Browsing By song. So. How many of you out there have shopped at the Browsing By? Okay. My whole wardrobe tonight. It's called the Browsing By song. Well, if you're talking used clothes, buttons and bows, find threads for those who know. If you're in style, you'll walk a mile down that Browsing By to do. who's got the look that's continental. Simply fab or something special. If you want new clothes, you gotta walk a mile down that browsing by the dew. Well, if you're looking for something special, no matter what it is, you find the looks that fit your discretion. Grab that coat, grab that hat, you go walking down the street in style. So if you're talking used clothes, buttons and bows, fine threads for those in the know. If you're in style, you walk a mile down that browsing by the dew. Da-dee-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, ba-dee-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, da-dee-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Well, who's got the ties for all the guys? Racks of shirts that hypnotize. Well, yes, you too can mesmerize down that browsing by the dew. Who's got the looks that's continental? Well, simply fab or something special. If you want good clothes, you gotta see them girls down that browsing by the dew. Well, if you're looking for something special, no matter what it is, you'll find looks that fits your discretion. Grab that coat, grab that hat, you go walking down the street in style. Well, if you're talking used clothes, buttons and bows, fine threads for those who know. If you're in style, you walk a mile down that browsing by the dew. But if you're looking for something special, no matter what it is, you find a clothes that fits your discretion. Grab that coat, grab that hat, you go walking down the street in style. Well, if you're talking used clothes, buttons and bows, fine threads for those who know. If you're in style, you walk a mile down that browsing by the dew, down that browsing by the dew, down that browsing by the dew.
Denny Ernest. All right, we've got our historian. I like to call him that because he tells us stories about the songs he sings. This is Jack Hyler.
It's going to be personal history tonight. I'm going to sing this song for my mother. She'd have been 114 yesterday. She was about that tall. She wasn't afraid of anything on this earth. Thank God she was afraid of God. She got bucked off a horse and broke her neck in 1939. Before that summer was over, she was riding the same horse with a plaster Paris collar with a silk scarf around it. On her 82nd birthday, she rode out in the hayfields on her old mare that was just about as old as she was, and with our children, her grandchildren, and they galloped the hayfields and jumped the ditches. The old mare was pretty old and stiff, and I thought, gee, she may stumble and break her neck. Then I thought, I can't think of a nicer way for Mother to go. There's a gold mine in the sky far away. We will find it, you and I, some sweet day. There'll be clover just for you on down the line, where the skies are always blue, pal of mine. Hurry up, old mule, I know you're growing lame, but we'll pasture in the stars when we strike claim, and we'll set up there and watch the world roll by. When we find that long-lost gold mine in the sky, far away, far away, we will find that long-lost gold mine some sweet day. And we'll say hello to friends who've said goodbye. When we find that long-lost gold mine in the sky, yes, we'll say hello to friends who've said goodbye. when we find that long-lost gold mine in the sky. Far away, far away in the sky. Give me back my boots and saddle. Ooh, let me greet each blaze and mourn on the ranch where I was born. Give me my boots and saddle. Let me ride across the prairie. Ooh, let me ride on the old Bar X with my partners Slim and Tex. Give me my boots and saddle. I've a hankering to be with my guitar on my knee, humming a pretty western tune. There's a gal in Cherokee and she's waiting there for me, waiting beneath the Texas moon. Let me ramble across the prairie. Ooh, let me see that general store. Let me ride that range once more. Give me my boots and saddle. My boots and saddle. Thank you.
Now we've got a fellow here for the third time, but the two other times he was here, he was excellent performer on guitar and voice. This is John Lloyd.
That fellow at the music store sold me a Taylor. He's a Taylor pusher, that guy. And they're great guitars. I think I paid $1,400 for it, but I brought my $94 guitar with me tonight. And I'll tell you, I think I'm lucky because it's almost as good. It's strange how that works out. It's old Harmony Sovereign from the 60s. Kind of a fat neck, but action's a little high up here, so if you stay down here, it's not too bad. But it's a workhorse, and every now and then you need to air them out, you know. Well, I haven't been here in a while. The car blew up in Colorado, and so I didn't want to walk across town with my guitar. I was being kind of lazy. But anyway, this song, well, David Crosby gave us all permission to write weird songs, and so this one's kind of weird, but it was inspired by Lawrence, Kansas, the Tonganoxie River, and what life might have been like in America in the early 20s, mid-20s. It's called Gypsies Move Around. Disadvantage to these $94 guitars, you got these old pegs. You got to keep them honest. Sun-drenched islands ideas. I didn't see her for a long time, Lord, but when I did, she had a straw suitcase, a Labrador retriever, some strange looking people and some kids. Where do they go? Where do they go when the gypsies move around? And she drove an old pickup truck through the French cuisine. She wore scarlet and bells and sang, playing her tambourine. And when I asked her where she was going, she told me the Tonganoxie scene. It was raining when we got there in her 1929 limousine. So where do they go? Where do they go when the gypsies move around? We got a 14-hour drive all the way across town. Stopped to pick up a few friends and some wine. Drive to the country far from town. Start a fire in the wilderness. Gonna hoot and holler, gonna burn it all down. Make way for some more people and kids from the Ohio River Valley on down. So where do they go? Where do they go when the gypsies move around? When the gypsies move from town. Thank you. Drag these cheat sheets up here because some of these songs are pretty old and I don't do them that often. This one is from a friend of mine who no longer is with us. He was part of the Western Horseman clan. He was a team roper. Son of Chuck King, was the editor for a while, and they've all gone to that happy rodeo in the sky. Traveled a lot with this guy. He was an original, and we all. I saw Jack Elliott last week, and I appreciated that I could finally get to meet him and see him because he inspired a lot of this music. Him and all those people from that generation. for me and a lot of my friends. Anyway, this is called Nothing I Could Do. There's nothing I could do could change the season. Nothing I could do could make you call. Well, we got other roads and other reasons. Summertime, it turns into fall. There's a good woman that I knew in Denver, but she was never quite like you. Never knew how to treat me right, or do me the way that you do. Well, the sun's a-blazing like a hot fire crackling. The meadows are green from the falling rain. Well, tell your folks they don't have to worry. I might not be coming back this way again. 'Cause I'll be running like a lost cat gunning from a highway back down. On a crazy trip, on an empty ship, just floating around. And if you think about me in the winter, I hope you think that I'm doing fine. When there's mist in the sky and snow on the mountains, you know, babe, you'll be on my mind. And you know that I'll miss you, darling, like I missed 1,000 before. You're just one more changing dream behind one more door. You're just one more changing dream behind one more door. Thank you very much.
All right, John Lloyd. And this next guy, you know, he really tells it like it is. Could say, I guess, that he's a modern day poet laureate of Jackson Hole. But he's here for the 76th time. Bradley Parker.
I just brought that instrument up here because it looks so good, so it's probably just going to sit there. I've only had it for a couple of weeks, so.
What is it? What is it?
It's a bouzouki, but you don't call it a bouzouki if you go through customs because then you get in trouble. then you get searched. You call it a octave mandolin if you're going through customs. It's just a mandolin with another octave on it, a longer neck, and it's more tuned like a guitar. And I got frustrated because I really can't play mandolin, but I can play that thing a little bit easier. So anyhow, I'm gonna play this song about the millennium. Actually, I gotta stand up because it's too. I gotta put this down in case I start jumping around too. Anyhow, this is a happy song about the end of the world, the edited version. Do I just lift it up? Just go like that? I don't want to break it. Okay. This is a song about the millennium, and it's funny because we're gonna run out of champagne in the millennium. Did you hear that story? It's gonna happen. Yep. Champagne is going to run out. There won't be, people are going to drink it all up. That's what the rumor is. Anyhow, so I was born on New Year's Eve, and so I was wondering where I'd be on the millennium, and this is where I'll be, hopefully. But maybe not. I am a New Year's baby, and I dream about the day when 1999 rolls over and 2000 comes our way. Will it be the new horizon? coming future rush? Will a comet come a-crashing, smash all us up to dust? Things go down, 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 down. It's a new millennium. And on that day, my birthday, I'll be 36 years lost, just like Bob Marley, just like Jesus. Hang upon the cross, and all those televangelists will sell their limos, free their whores, melt down the crucifixes, give their money to the poor, 'cause things go down, 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 down. It's a new millennium. And those people we thought crazy with those signs upon their backs that say the sky is falling, the end is near, they were right, who would have guessed it? I'll lose my memory in the millennium. Things go down, 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 down in the new millennium. It's the year 2000, the computers have all crashed. Now I've got no student loan, I've got 10,000 cold hard cash. And Oprah Winfrey's anorexic, Richard Simmons has gone straight. And the church said, hey, it's okay, don't go blind if it's a euphemism. It's just the number 3, followed by 2 little zeros. That's not how it goes. It's just a number 2, followed by 3 little zeros. Join a militia, better get a gun. Bury your rations for the nuclear freeze, 'cause turn on the satellite dish. Won't it be fun? Won't it be fun? Oh. Will my saturated whiskey liver be replaced by a new one? All my stupid brain cells with really smart ones. All my hangnails pedicured, my dog's fleas evaporate. Will I write a silly tune that goes gold? Won't that be great? Things go down, 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 down. It's a new millennium. It's just a number 2, followed by 3 little zeros. Prepare yourself, hang out with religious weirdos. Drink the punch, the end is near. Turn on the satellite dish. Have an ice cold beer. Have an ice cold beer and watch it happen. It's the year 2000. This planet's such a mess. Will it be the end or beginning? Is it anybody's guess? Will the Catholics love the Protestants? Palestinians love the Jews. The weapons of the kings and queens no longer have their use. Will China leave Tibet alone? Newt Gingrich be unemployed? Gun-toting cycle postal man have roses, only joy. Will all cars run on alcohol? No oil wars, just corn. Will we all have cows and sheep as pets? McDonald's will be gone. Will we burn in blood and toil? Will our atoms all be smashed? Will the economy go belly up? The stock market crash? Will I marry Cindy Crawford? They will on the right or on the side? Will the earth tilt on its axis? Some freeze and others fry. Will we fly up to the heavens or collide with the sun? Why even worry? The millennium is 2001. Why even worry chronologically? It's 2001. Technically speaking, the millennium is 2001. We'll just worry about that next year. Just worry about all that next year. It's just a number 2, followed by 3 little zeros. Prepare yourself, hang out with religious weirdos. Drink the punch, the end is near. Turn on the satellite dish. Have a nice cold beer. those signs upon their backs that say the sky is falling, the end is near. Is it anybody's guess? 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 Oh yeah. Thanks. Okay, there's pretty much messages in all my songs, so as you found out, I'm gonna sing. Ooh, Buffalo song, I don't know. I played that a lot lately.
Grizzly bear.
No, because that's the same chord pattern as this last song.
What about the purist with the crystal over it?
Oh, I could do that one. Yeah, that'd be all right. I can do that one. Now, I'm sorry, but, you know, my therapist said I'm not allowed to take people's requests anymore. I said, don't do it, unless she's hot. And still don't do it, because if any of you do it, then you'll never get her. You know, you gotta play it, you know, tough to get. I haven't played this in a long time, so bear with me. This is a true story. Mama, she knows best, don't drink, don't smoke, don't swear. Drink this glass of milk, eat this apple. Daddy's point of view is more like beware, and when your time has come, you gotta go, you can't stop that. Susie was a vegan who only ate twigs, nuts, and branches. She thought she could live a little longer if she didn't take too many chances. Had a Buddhist monk pray for her dog named Sam, so Sam would be roadkill invincible. Red meat, that's bad karma. Susie lived by this principle, and Johnny was a vegetarian, only ate. Johnny was a vegetarian, only ate green and growing things. And you know, tofu doesn't taste that good. He thought a longer life this diet would bring. Had a magic crystal duct tape to his car. Said it helped him stay out of accidents. Had a theory for extended life. Besides, the magic crystal gave him better gas mileage. 45 miles an hour per gallon he got on it. Mama, she knows best, don't drink, don't smoke, don't swear. Meet a nice girl, settle down. Daddy's point of view, it's a wild world out there. You gotta live your life. There's nothing wrong with fooling around a little bit. Susie was a vegan, only ate twigs, nuts, and berries. One day she was late for an appointment, really in a big hurry. She should've looked both ways, cause that night she ran out of luck. Stepped off the curb, was run over by a fast-moving UPS truck, and now she's walking through the pearly gates, wishing all the while that she had a filet mignon. Took more risk than maybe she wouldn't have died like this. So let's smoke another pack of cigarettes. Who cares what the Surgeon General thinks? Barrel ride down Niagara Falls, cause dead guys still got balls. I'm gonna get kicked out of the Hootenanny. That's what you do when you don't know the lyrics, and you still don't know them after you're done. Yeah, it's a crystal. You shouldn't have done that. I had it. Johnny and his magic crystal. Vegetarians only eat green things that grow. 27 years later, scientists discovered what they didn't know. There were pesticides sprayed on zucchini. They're carcinogenic in laboratory rats. Johnny dies, goes up to heaven. Never thought that he'd go from that now. Johnny's way up in the sky, looking down at his Subaru. The magic crystal's duct taped to the engine. The car's still running and Johnny's in heaven. Let's smoke another pack of cigarettes. Who cares what the Surgeon General thinks? Let's bungee jump off the Hoover Dam and eat cans of Spam. Let's base jump off the Eiffel Tower. Come on, boys and girls, give it up to a higher power. Susie's in the promised land, but what about indestructible stray dog Sam? House fleas, where did Susie go? Eating out of garbage cans, it ain't Alpo. Sammy's running right into traffic, good, still he's still roadkill, Buddha-proof. Dodging cars and cyclo-cab drivers, all the while going woof, 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 woof. Let's smoke another pack of cigarettes. Who cares what the Surgeon General thinks? Let's eat real greasy, deep fried fat foods, cause your arteries are just gonna shrink. Let's drink tequila and parachute through the sky. If you wanna know what I think, you never know and you're gonna die. If you wanna know what I think, you never know and you're gonna die. Well, let's drink tequila and parachute through the sky. Thanks very much.
That's Bradley Parker. That's first round. We'll take a break now and see you back here about 9 o'clock, and we'll do it again.
All right, we're going to get started with the second round. And surprise of all surprises, we're going to do it in the same order that we did the first round. So that means that we're going to have a couple songs from all the entertainers who are still here. And we start out once again with Bill Briggs.
It's climbing songs tonight. And this first one actually is from over in the British Isles, but so I changed it around for the Tetons here. And it does, for you guys that may not be climbers, a belay is a holding of the rope in such a way as to protect the other fellow should he fall. In other words, you hold the rope for him as he's climbing. And if you're lucky, it all works out. Tetons, without pitons, where the craggy cliffs incline, come a climber, an old-timer, and his daughter Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorrow Clementine. She was leading like a fairy on 100 feet of line, while her father, anxious, rather fast belayed his Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. From a cliff top I was watching, dreaming, oh, that she were mine. She's so lovely from abovely is by climbing Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Saw her groping, vainly hoping for a handhold mighty fine, but alack, there was no crack there to support my Clementine. Quick as thought I, then the climber, final timer, anxious for his Clementine, shouted, "Hi, sir, you up there, sir, could you drop my girl a line? Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine." Quick as thought I hitched my nylon to a belay crystalline, standing firm as any pylon, dropped the rope to Clementine, and she grasped it, quickly clasped it round her slender waist divine. Up I drew her quite secure, so I saved my Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Then she rose up, cocked her nose up, with a glance that chilled my spine. "I'd no need, sir, on that lead, sir, of your help," said Clementine. So we parted, broken-hearted, from the dreams that once were mine. Gave all hope up, coiled my rope up, said goodbye to Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Then the climber, final timer, stood me lots and lots of wine. Now I'd rather climb with father than with haughty Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Anyway, reading that book on Glen Exum, I have to, it takes me back a long time. We climbed in those days with Dick Pownell and Willie Unsold, and they were great people. I was really honored to come in and climb with these people. Anyway, put them in a song here. I'm one of the has-beens, a climber I've been. I used to be first rate and I used to climb clean. I could tackle the toughest, I could show you just how. But you may not believe it, 'cause I can't do it now. I'm awkward as a new boy and I'm used to the frown. Young climbers show me as I'm slowing down.
Salt and Panama. Unsold and Corbett and the great Robbins Royal. I've gone up the Tetons with the best they could find, and there was not one among them who could leave me behind. But now I'm awkward as a new boy and I'm used to the frown. Young climbers show me as I'm slowing down. No use complaining, I'll never say die. Though my days of great climbing have all passed me by, I'll take the climbs easy, go slowly and clean. And I really have told you just what I have been, but now I'm awkward as a new boy and I'm used to the frown. Young climbers show me as I'm backing down. Thank you.
Does anyone get an idea that Bill is a climber and skier? Great songs. We're awful glad she's going to be back with us, having been at 111 Hootenannies now, Adrienne Brown.
I learned where the stairs are. It's easy. Well, I probably now represent the kind of people I used to resent. I told Peter as soon as we move here full time, he'd better get those California plates off the car fast. My car, of course, always kept its Jackson plates. It was cheaper that way. So here's some of the people I resent. There came a zillionaire to a place quite near to Jackson Hole. He bought a rancho there, deluxe as it could be. This was his property. He walked the boundary. Never will I share it with another human being. You can figure out the plot of the song now, huh? First came the fisherman wading up the trout stream there, casting his line about as merry as could be. Out came the zillionaire, plus 7 Dobermans. Never will I share it with another human being. Next came the bicyclist on his sturdy mountain bike, zooming down the sagebrush hills as speedy as could be. Out came the zillionaire, now with a shotgun there. Never will I share it with another human being. He just has one trouble after another. Next came the elk hunters on their little ATVs. Permits in hand they came a-driving up his road. Out And let's see, this song doesn't mean you have to go home, but it's one of my favorite songs. What wrong key?
Adrian Ward. All right. And we got our fellow that usually sings cowboy and western songs, but he didn't last time. Let's see what he's got. Greg Keckler.
Golly day, just because half of you went home doesn't mean the other half doesn't have to clap as loud. Beg pardon?
The best half stay.
I can see that. It's obvious to me, Jack.
And we came later, so it's okay.
Applauding's like making love to a widow woman. You can't overdo it, so don't be bashful, folks. Did I say that? Must have been that last piece of pizza I had.
You said it, he came.
Uh-oh. I'm in trouble now. Here's an old western. I beg your pardon?
So guess what's going to be on your tape?
I was beginning to wonder if you knew that you still had that. I thought you'd taped Wide World of Sports or something exciting on that tape. Here's an old Western tune. I honestly don't know where it comes from. It sounds like it's an old Republic Pictures, title from an old Republic Pictures Western from the 40s, but this is called The Navajo Trail. Whoops, wait a second. Major chord. Every day along about evening, when the twilight's beginning to fade, I ride to the slumbering shadows along the Navajo Trail. When it's twilight and crickets are calling and coyotes are making a wail, I dream by slumbering shadows along the Navajo Trail. I love to lie and listen to the music while the wind is strumming a sagebush guitar, while over yonder hill the moon's climbing. It always finds me wishing on a star. What do you know? It's morning already. There's a dawning so silver and pale. It's time to climb into my saddle and ride the Navajo Trail. Thank you. I just love that little melody. I heard that off an old Bob Wills album. I never could get it out of my head, so I worked it up. It's fun to play with a band because you can stretch it out and play it for hours on end. Let's see here. Way out in Reno, Nevada, where romance blooms and fades, a great Philadelphia lawyer's in love with a Hollywood maid. Come loving, we will wander out where the lights are so bright. I'll win you a divorce from your husband and we can get married tonight. Now Wild Bill was a gun-toting cowboy, had 10 notches carved on his gun, and all of the boys around Reno left Wild Bill's darling alone. One night as Bill was returning from riding the range in the cold, he thought of his Hollywood darling. Her love was as lasting as gold. Well, as Bill drew near to her window, two shadows he saw on the shade. Was a great Philadelphia lawyer making love to Bill's Hollywood maid. Well, the night was as still as the desert and the moon hanging high overhead. Bill listened a while at the window. He could hear every word that was said. Your hands are so pretty and lovely, your form so rare and divine. Come go back with me to Pennsylvania and leave this wild cowboy behind. Well, tonight, back in old Pennsylvania, amongst her beautiful pines, there's one less Philadelphia lawyer in old Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania tonight.
Woody Guthrie tune. Thank you very much.
Good old song. You know, they talk about having too much violence on TV, but we had it in those old songs too. All right. Great Keckler. And moving on, we've got this gal comes down here from way up in Moran. This is Marina Vanderbroek.
Back again with the whole gang. This is Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain by Willie Nelson. Take it away, Doug. In the twilight, oh, I see you. Blue eyes crying in the when we kissed goodbye and parted, I knew that we'd never be again. Love is like a dying ember, only memories remain. I remember your blue eyes crying in the rain. Someday when we meet yonder, we'll stroll hand in hand again in a life that knows no pardons. Blue eyes crying in the rain. Love is like a dying ember, only your memories remain. Through the ages I'll remember those blue eyes crying in the rain. Blue eyes crying in the rain. Thank you. This is Bye Bye Love. There goes my baby with someone new. He sure looks happy, I sure am blue. He was my baby till you stepped in. Goodbye to romance that might have been. Bye bye
Marina Vanderbrook and company. We have the Snow King Philharmonic here. All right, we'll get one of those guys back up again. This is Mr. John Cook.
Actually, two of us back up again. I wanted to get Jerome to play something with me here on the occasion of my bicentennial.
I need some finger picks, Hank.
Seems to have left his finger picks upstairs. These gonna work for you?
No.
Strange finger picks.
Yep, and they're full of gorilla snot. Gorilla snot is an additive you use to keep things on your fingers. This is for people who have dandruff. It makes a wonderful scalp massage and scratching. We just caught on to it recently for guitar picks.
This is a tune called Solid Gone. One day I'm so happy, one day I'm so blue, one day I'm so lonesome I don't know what to do, 'cause she's gone, solid gone. That's why I'm sitting here crying, feel like I'm dying 'cause she's gone, solid gone. Baby's gone and left me, even took my shoes. It's enough to give a man those doggone worried blues. Honey, babe, my blue-eyed gal. Going up north, my honey, going up north this fall. If my luck don't change, I won't come back at all. Honey, babe, I'm leaving you. Pack up my jumper, starch my overalls, gonna ride on that train they call the Cannonball. Honey, babe, my blue-eyed gal. One day I'm so happy, one day I'm so blue, one day I'm so lonesome I don't know what to do. Honey, babe, she's solid gone. That's why I'm sitting here crying, feel like I'm dying 'cause she's gone, solid gone. Let's play it all the way through. Jerome Young. Jerome would have been at 200 performances long before me. If you didn't occasionally think, oh gosh, I don't know any more songs to play, I guess I won't play tonight. But we like to hear him play anytime, any song. Yeah. I'm thinking, the next time after the next time he plays, that'll be his 200. This is Doug Woody and Hank Phibbs, or Doug Woody and Hank Phibbs, I forget, But about a month ago we did, what's the song called? Hey, Good Looking. Hank Williams song, and I just really liked the way it sounded with these two guys, so we're going to do it again. That's the same key, isn't it? Well, it's at a different tempo and has different words. A 1, a 2, a 3. Hey, hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Hey, sweet baby, don't you think maybe you can find us a brand new recipe? I got a hot rod Ford and a $2 bill. I know a spot right over the hill. They got soda pop and the dancing is free. So if you wanna have fun, come along with me. Say, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? About saving all your time for me. No more looking, I know I've been tookin'. How's about keeping steady company? I'm gonna throw my date book over the fence, buy me a new one for 5 or 10 cents. Keep it till it's all covered with age, 'cause I'm writing your name on every page. Say, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Doug Woody on the fiddle. I got a hot rod Ford and a $2 bill. I know a spot right over the hill. They got soda pop and the dancing is free. So if you wanna have fun, come along with me. Say, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up? How's about cooking something up? How's about cooking something up with me? Yeah. Thank you, Doug Woody, Hank Phibbs.
John Cook and the Backup Boys. All right, we've got a fellow that played with us a long time out at the Stagecoach. Still does, once in a while. This is Buddy Thompson.
Most of my playing I do on a bass. The 2 extra strings is a considerable mental strain. Here's an old Jimmy Driftwood song. 1925, I left Tennessee very much alive. I never would have made it through the Arkansas mud, hadn't been riding on a Tennessee stud. I had some trouble with my sweetheart's paw, one of her brothers was a bad outlaw. I sent her a letter by my Uncle Fudd, and I rode away on the Tennessee stud. Tennessee stud was long and lean, color of the sun, and his eyes are green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, weren't never a horse like the Tennessee stud. One day while riding through a beautiful land, ran plumb into an Indian band. Well, they gave chase with hoping to yell, and we took off like a bat out of well. We circled their camp for a time or two just to show 'em what a Tennessee horse could do. Them redskin boys couldn't get my blood, 'cause I was riding on a Tennessee stud. Tennessee stud was long and lean, color of the sun, and his eyes are green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, weren't never a horse like the Tennessee stud. Rode right on across no man's land, across that river called the Rio Grande. I raced Tennessee with a Spaniard's foal, and I won me a skin full of silver and gold. Now me and that gambler couldn't agree, got in a fight over Tennessee. We jerked our guns and it fell with a thud, I rode away on the Tennessee stud. Tennessee stud was long and lean, color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, weren't never a horse like the Tennessee stud. Well, I got just as lonesome as a man could be, just dreaming of my gal back there in Tennessee. That Tennessee stud's green eyes burned blue, 'cause he was dreaming of his sweetheart too. Loped right back across Arkansas, I whooped her brother and I whooped her pa. When I saw that girl with the golden hair, why, she was riding on a Tennessee mare. Whoa, boy. The Tennessee stud was long and lean, color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, weren't never a horse like the Tennessee stud. Well, stirrup by stirrup and side by side, across them valleys all the mountains wide. We got the Big Muddy and forded a flood on the Tennessee mare and the Tennessee stud. There's a pretty little baby on the cabin floor, a little horse colt playing round the door. I love that girl with the golden hair, and the Tennessee stud loves the Tennessee mare. They're good horses. Tennessee stud was long and lean, color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee stud. Thank you. Hey, Bill, why don't you grab your banjo? I bet you remember this song. John, I heard him mention earlier about playing for Alan Greenspan one time, and the song that we played was Cash on the Barrelhead. The song I wanted to play was a Woody Guthrie tune. Key of D. Come gather round, good people, a story I will tell of pretty boy Floyd the outlaw. Oklahoma knew him well. 'Twas in the town of Shawnee one Saturday afternoon. His wife beside him on the wagon as into town they rode. Along come a deputy sheriff in a manner rather rude, using vulgar words and language his wife she overheard. Now pretty boy grabbed a log chain, that deputy grabbed a gun, and in the fight that followed, well, he laid that deputy down. Trees and bushes, he led a life of shame. Every crime in Oklahoma was added to his name. He ran through the trees and bushes to Canadian River shore, where many a starving farmer, well, he opened up his door. Hey, Bill. 'Twas in Oklahoma City, 'twas on a Christmas day, a carload of groceries with a letter that did say, as through this world you ramble, you'll meet some funny men. Some rob you with a 6-gun, and some with a fountain pen. Yes, as through this world you ramble, as through this world you roam, you'll never see an outlaw drive a family from their home. Come gather round, good people, a story I will tell of pretty boy Floyd the outlaw. Oklahoma knew him well. Thank you.
Oh, a couple of good stories from Buddy Thompson. All right, well, we have my co-Hoot here. Comes up and sings some songs for us. Sometimes a little strange, but here is Dick Barker.
Strange songs. Thanks, stranger. Yeah, this is one of the old, kind of sad ones. Eyes like the morning star, cheeks like the rose. Laura was a pretty girl, God Almighty knows. Weep, all ye gentle rains, wail, winds, wail, all along, along, along the Colorado Trail. 16 years she graced this earth, and life was good. Now my love lays buried beneath a cross of wood. Weep all ye gentle rains, wail winds, wail, all along, along, along the Colorado Trail. Thank you. Well, I've mentioned this once before. I met a folk singer once. Most of us who sing these songs learn them from often records, books, tapes, CDs, and we purposely learn these songs. But I met a fellow once in 1958. He and his wife, a small child, they were the camp tenders. They were in charge of the Jenny Lake campground. And he knew all these wonderful old songs, not all cowboy songs. He was from Texas, originally from Missouri. And when we got together around a campfire up at Jenny Lake campground one night, he was singing these songs, and I kept talking to him about folk music, and he didn't even know what it was. He just knew the songs. And I said, "Where did you learn this song? Where did you first find that one?" "Oh, my grandmammy taught me that one, and my daddy taught me that one." And I don't think he'd hardly ever listened to the radio, probably never had a record, and he had learned all these wonderful old songs. Well, this is one of the cowboy songs. Actually, I got out my tape recorder one night and we went down to Dornan's, not to those nice new cabins, but they had the old cabins with the cracks in the walls that you could throw a cat through. And they were, anyway, he had rented, a friend of his had rented one of those cabins. They just rented the cabins in those days to folks that were working around moose. And we recorded a bunch of songs that night that this fellow knew. That was August 15th, 1958, 40 years ago this month. This is one of the songs I learned from him that night. It's about two cowboys. Jake and Roni was riding along. Jake was a-singing what he called a song. Went up from a gully what should appear but a moss-back sookie and a bald-faced steer. Jake took after with his hat pulled down. He built himself a loop big enough to rope a town. The old steer headed for the setting sun, and believe me, neighbors, he could hump it and run. Now the sun was a-shining in old Jake's eyes. He weren't looking for no big surprise. The steer gave a wiggle like his shirt was tight. He busted through a juniper and dropped out of sight. Now old Jake's pony done a figure eight. Jake done his ad and just a mite too late. He went out of the saddle a-seeing red. He landed in the gravel of a dry riverbed. Roni's pony was a good horse too, and he couldn't figure why Jake had flew. So I humped and he started for the calvy yard, and he dumped old Roni where the ground was hard. Now Jake was holding up a swelling thumb. Says he, "I reckon I were traveling some." when Roney hollered, let's get away from here, or we're gonna get tangled with the bold-faced steer. Roney crawled a straddle of the juniper tree. There ain't no more room up here, says he. So old Jake figured for himself to save, went a-backing in the mouth of a cutbank cave. Now the old steer charged with his head away down, rolling his eyes and a paw on the ground, hooking and a sniffing and a turning about, but every few seconds old Jake popped out. Now Roney says, you darn fool, get back out of sight. You act like you're hankering maybe to make him fight. When old Jake bellered kinda weak and queer, get back, hell nothing, there's a bear in here. Thank you.
That's a true story, I'm sure. Dick Barker. All right, we've got a fellow that really does a fine job of handling music. Most any instrument that's got strings on it, he can play wonderfully. Good songs to play for us. Denny Ernst.
Let me get Jerome to help me out here. Let me get on this. We do an old Delmo Brothers song. We're not going to vouch for any of these words or anything, but blues, stay away from me. Blues, why don't you let me be? I don't know why you keep on haunting me. Tears, so many I can see. Leave me here in misery. Seems somehow, yeah, we never can agree. So blue, stay away from me. Blues, why don't you let me be? Don't know why you keep on haunting me. All right, Jerome. True love was never meant for me. True love was never meant to be. But it seems somehow we never can agree. So blue, stay away from me. Blues, why don't you let me be? Well, it seems somehow we never can agree. Tears, so many I can see. Yeah, and they leave me here in misery. I don't know why came on haunting me. So blue, stay away from me. Blues, why don't you let me be? Don't know why you keep on haunting me. Thanks, Rick. And that was a country blues, so I'm in that mood, so I'm gonna do a more of a Delta blues. This is a Muddy Waters song called Look How You Got Me Standing Around Crying. Look how you got me standing around crying. Ooh, baby, look how you got me standing around crying. I was deep in love with you, little girl. You were always gentle on my mind. Baby, honey, you can't ride around in my automobile. Ooh, baby, honey, you can't ride around in my automobile. You've got so many men that I'm afraid you could get me killed. Ooh, ooh. Nothing like it used to be. Ooh, baby, honey, you ain't nothing like you used to be. Well, I was deep in love with you, little girl. You're sweet as an apple on a tree. Yeah, baby.
I just want you to know that's fine playing. Mr. Denny Ernest. He makes a guitar sound really good, and if you want to buy that one, he'd probably sell it to you down at the store.
Just like.
Okay, Round West storyteller here, Jack Hyler.
When you've got to follow an act like that, The only thing to do is talk a little while in the hope that people will forget how good that sounded. Boy, what I wouldn't give to be able to play like that. Right after I mentioned that my mother at 82 was still riding her horse and jumping irrigation ditches, someone asked me if I'm still riding. You bet. And I hope in 4 more years, when I'm 82, I'll be jumping the ditches too. But I have one piece of advice for all you young people. Be sure that you have at least one hobby you can keep on with all your life, like this and the horse. There are a lot of those great sports we used to play in college that I can't do anything but watch anymore. But I can still ride as fast as a horse can run. And I can still sort of do this. Whether this is an old cowboy song or not depends on your perspective. From my point of view, it isn't. But I learned it in the mid-30s when I was a teenager. Old faithful, we ride the range together. Oh, faithful, in every kind of weather. When the cow roundup days are over, there'll be pastures filled with clover for you, oh faithful pal of mine. Hurry up, old fella, 'cause the moon is mellow tonight. Hurry up, old fella, 'cause the moon is yellow and bright. There's a coyote howling at the moon above, saying, carry me back to the one I love. Hurry up, old fella, 'cause we gotta get home tonight. Hurry up, old fella, 'cause we gotta get home tonight. Yes, we gotta get home tonight. Now, this next song is not a cowboy song or a western song, but we used to sing it around the ranch when we were teenagers, and I hadn't thought of it in, oh Lord, how many years I don't know, till I heard some kids singing it about a week or so ago. I'm going to ask Margaret to come up and help you with the chorus, because you all have to sing here. I'll move over the other side, but you're going to need the microphone.
All right.
I don't know if you want the chair or not.
No, I don't want the chair. You want it?
I don't care. Many of you, I hope, will recognize it. Everybody, please join in on the chorus. She sat in the hammock and played her guitar, played her guitar, played her guitar. She sat in the hammock and played her guitar, played her guitar.
Come on, all of you.
He sat down beside her and smoked his cigar.
Smoked his cigar,
smoked his cigar. He sat down beside her and smoked his cigar.
Smoked his cigar.
He told her he loved her, but oh how he lied.
Oh how he lied. Oh how he lied.
He told her he loved her,
but oh how he lied. Oh how he lied.
She said she believed him, and oh how she sighed.
Oh how she sighed. Oh how she sighed.
She said she believed him, but
oh how she sighed. Oh how she sighed.
They were to be married, but she up and died.
She up and died. She up and died. They were to be married, but she up and died. She up and died.
He went to the funeral, but just for the ride.
Just for the ride. Just for the ride. Come on.
He went to the
Funeral, but just for the ride. Just for the ride.
He sat on the tombstone and boo-hoo he cried.
Boo-hoo he cried. Boo-hoo he cried.
He
sat on the tombstone and boo-hoo he cried. Boo-hoo he cried.
The tombstone fell on him, and right there he died.
Right there he died, right there he died.
The tombstone
Fell on him, and right there he died. Right there he died.
She went up to heaven and flip-flop she flied.
Flip-flop she flied, flip-flop she flied. She went up to heaven and flip-flop she flied. Flip-flop she flied.
He went down below and zip-zop he fried. Zip-zop he fried.
Zip-zop he fried. He went below and zip-zop he fried. Zip-zop he fried. Oh, come on, wait a minute. Ladies, you gotta help me now. The moral of this story is
don't trust
a guy. Don't trust a guy. Don't trust a guy. The moral of this story is don't trust a guy. Don't trust a guy.
How many of you heard that song when you were young, or recently? At summer camp.
My mother used to sing me that song. Jack and Margaret Hyder. All right. Hey, we got our guitar player and singer, songwriter, John Lloyd.
When I first came in, I realized everybody's playing on a table here. A couple of tables. Stage tables. Excuse me while I tune the old Sovereign. Well, it's late in the evening. Go back to 1974. Oh, Bob Dylan, I don't know, Bob Dylan didn't write it, but he kind of did it. I was just thinking, I've seen some of the best rainbows I've ever seen in my life in Jackson Hole and Green Mountain Falls, Colorado. And that rain stops and that rainbow just comes right down into the valley, and gosh, it's gorgeous. Somebody told me that there's colors in a rainbow that the human eye can't perceive. Kind of like sounds that dogs can hear that humans can't perceive. I wondered who could see those colors in that color spectrum. It might have been these folks Bob Dylan was singing about back in 1974. A couple drinking songs closing. Buy me a copper kettle, get me a copper coal, gonna make a new batch of corn mash whiskey that will never be for sale. We'll just lay here by the juniper, watch the moon get high, watch them jugs, honey, as they go filling up by the clear moonlight. Make me a fire out of hickory, hickory ash and wood. Ain't Watch them jugs, honeys, they go filling up by the clear moonlight. Grandpappy, he made whiskey, and my pappy, he did too. 'Cause they ain't paid no whiskey taxes since 1792. We're just laying by the junipers, watch the moon get high, watch them jugs, honeys, they go filling up by the clear moonlight, by the clear moonlight, by the clear moonlight, by the clear moonlight. So much of a chance I'm even going to drop D. Dare I drop D? This is a song from Ian Tyson's Cowboyography album. Come out around the same time, I guess, in the late 70s. It's called the Coyote Song, and at some point it was a sing-along, but everybody was kind of in the bar and hooting and hollering, so we'll see. I'll do it as slow as I can. It's about our old friend the coyote who gets around from coast to coast. Symbol of wild America. He's a survivor, I reckon he has to be. Lives by the snow 40 below, at Malibu by the sea. I'm just an old cowpuncher, love to listen to his tune. 'Cause I get high on a bottle of rye, the coyote gets drunk on the moon. Well, the cowboy's a conundrum, a contradiction in this age. Says he's doing fine on the poverty line with the working cowboy's wage. A whiskey bottle costs $13, the big prairie moon is free. So who is the dumber son of a bitch? A little coyote or me? Now the coyote's a survivor, and I reckon he's gotta be. Lives in the snow 40 below, and in Malibu by the sea. I'm just an old cowpuncher, love to listen to his tune. 'Cause I get high on a bottle of rye, and the cowboy gets drunk on the moon. thoughts of reincarnation. Well, I drifted off to dream. I made it for life with a coyote wife, a bushy-tailed coyote queen. Way down in the valley at the old Longview Saloon. Well, the cowboy got high on a bottle of rye, and we got drunk on the moon. The cowboy got high on a bottle of rye, and we got drunk on the moon. The coyote, he's a survivor, and I reckon he's gotta be. Lives in the snow, 40 below, in Malibu by the sea. I'm just an old cowpuncher, love to listen to his tune. 'Cause I get high on a bottle of rye, and the cowboy gets drunk on the moon, and the cowboy gets drunk on the moon. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll play a little traditional music for you. Something unusual. And I love this instrument. It's I had a pleasure of meeting every person that actually worked on it. And I'm gonna go see him up in Belgrade this week and maybe have him sign this. So I was just at the Bluegrass Festival, but I'll play a traditional tune. This goes really well with this instrument.
Darling of my heart, I'm gonna leave you now. She to go
Thanks very much. Oh. This is a good ending song, I think. I'm still looking for a place to live, by the way, but I have one, maybe, a really nice place. And I've been praying this guy gets his loan anyhow. He says if he gets his loan, that he can live alone. So I said, okay, well, I'll pray for you anyhow so you can get your loan. I figure the karma will come back, so. I don't believe in fretting or grieving. Why mess around with strife? I never was cut out to step and strut out. Just give me the simple life. Dining on pheasant, I don't find pleasant, and peas just roll off my knife. Just give me tomatoes, mashed potatoes. Just give me the simple life. A garden small, all I'm after. Who needs spacious and wide? A home filled with joy and laughter. The ones you love inside, you know well. Some take the high road, I take the low road, free from tears and strife. Some say it's seedy, yes indeedy. Give me the simple life. Small, all I'm after. Who needs spacious and wide? A home filled with joy and laughter. The ones you love inside. Well, you know, dining on pheasant, I don't find pleasant. Peaches roll off my knife. Just give me tomatoes, mashed potatoes. Hey, give me the simple life. Well, just give me tomatoes, mashed potatoes. Give me the simple life. I said just give me tomatoes, mashed potatoes. Give me the simple life. Thank you. Have a good night. Drive safe.
That's Bradley Parker. That's our program for tonight. Thank you all for coming. We'll see you next week.